Hi, welcome.
Hello.
And you can take a seat wherever you'd like. So, my name is Mrs. Catchings. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. I'm Sierra.
Nice to meet you, Sierra. How are you today?
I'm doing all right. I'm alive, so I guess that's a good thing.
That is a good thing, a great thing. Well, before we begin, I just want to let you know that anything you share with me is confidential. So I'm not going to go out and make the information available to other people. I'm not going to be sharing it with anyone else. The only way that anything you say in this room will leave this room is if somebody is in any kind of harm. Do you have any questions about that?
No.
Okay, that's good. So, to begin, why don't you tell me a little bit about yourself?
Well, I'm Sierra. I have 3 children. I'm a single mother. I'm taking care of them by myself. I don't really have much support. I'm a teacher's assistant. And I just came here to see if there was any help that I can get.
Okay, that's good. That's good. How old are you?
2 boys and 1 girl.
Oh, that's nice.
The boy, Trey, he's 14. I have Steven, he's 10. And Nadia, who's 5.
Wow. So it sounds like you do have your hands full, like you said.
Yeah.
But it seems like you've been doing a pretty good job so far. You know, that's an accomplishment, being able to raise 3 kids up to this point. So I do really want to, commend you for that.
Thank you. I'm trying my hardest. It's hard out here for a black woman. And then raising 2 boys, no father.
That's all you can do is, try your best. So tell me more about the kid's father.
Okay, so the kids, they all have the same father. Their father and I were together, for most of their lives, on and off kind of. He went to prison for 4 years, and we had a little break, but he came back out and he came back with the family. But 3 years ago now, things weren't really working out, and so he left and didn't really leave us with much. And I don't know what he's doing now. He's not contributing to the household and not helping out in any way.
So those contributions that he would make while he was with you guys, they were, really important to keeping you financially stable?
Yes, when he was there, he would work, and he would, make sure that, with him working and me working, it's twice as much income as it is now. But now that he's gone, he kind of drifted away, and there's no emotional support from him or financial support. I just been on my own for the past 2 years.
Okay, so you mentioned, the emotional support is something that you're missing. How are you feeling about, being a newer single mother?
It's hard, Actually, he went to prison, so it was kind of like, when he went to prison, it's like he made sure his family helped me. So it was a struggle, but it wasn't as bad, So, it's way harder now. When I was talking about the emotional support, it was more so for the children, because, my 2 older ones, they kind of get it, but the youngest one doesn't really understand, like, why is daddy not home? Why hasn't he been here? Why can't I get this toy? And the youngest one doesn't. So it's really taking a toll on life. Like, it's really bad.
Okay. So, how are you, and the kids getting by? Are you picking up extra shifts? Are you just, getting behind on bills. Tell me about your financial situation.
Well, I got a job as a delivery driver at Jimmy John's, but that's still, I can only work so many hours because I try to come back home just, in enough time for me to at least say goodnight to my children. In my first job, sometimes I have to stay after school. So, I picked up, so I'm a delivery driver at Jimmy John's, and I'm backed up on my bills too. Like, they haven't been cut off yet, but I've gotten a notice, and that's what got me to come here.
Okay. So you're looking for a little bit of financial help as well to relieve the burden of, the bills.
Yes, that will help tremendously.
Okay. So do you live in a house, an apartment, a condo?
I live in a house. It has 2 floors, and it has 3 bedrooms.
Okay. So is staying in your house your primary goal for your living situation right now? Are you open to moving? Would you prefer to move? How are you feeling?
So, yes, I would love to stay in my house. That's where home is. That's where I built a connection with. I built a connection with my house, and so have the children. But I understand that, I don't really have that option right now to think about what's more comfortable. I have to think about what's gonna, keep the lights on, and what's gonna be good for us to live. So I'm open to moving into a less expensive place.
Wow, that's really good, that you have that outlook about moving, that you're being, practical. If your goal is to stay in your house, I'm gonna see what I can, what we can work out. Maybe we can connect you with some agencies that will be able to get you maybe some monetary assistance, or just have you thought about refinancing your home? Those are all things that we can look into to maybe help keep some stability for the kids, so that they don't have to have that change of moving, and so you guys can also stay where your home is in your heart. Another thing, I know you mentioned that the kids, you try to get home to see them in time for bed. So they come home, and then the oldest one is in charge, and you come back later. How does that work?
So the oldest one in high school gets out of school first. So that's great. He gets out of school, goes home, and he picks up both of the kids from the bus stop and walks them back home. And then, so he's in charge, because from then, make sure they do their homework, give them snacks, and sometimes I try to, when I get home from work at night, I try to, prepare something that's like enough for a couple days, so like if I come home too late, at least Trey can, feed everybody. So yeah, he takes on a lot of responsibility that he shouldn't have to.
So maybe we can also look into some after-school programs for the kids. Do you think that's something you'd be interested in, or the kids would you might be interested in?
Yeah, I think they would be interested in it, and it would help take the burden off of Trey, because like he has homework to do too, and I think that him, taking on the responsibility that I should be home doing, or that a father should, like, it takes away from his academics.
So how is Trey doing in school?
I mean,
And the other kids as well. Sorry.
it's fun. So Trey, he's passing all his classes.
Okay, that's good. Wow.
Yeah.
Sounds like a bright boy.
He is pretty bright, but I think he just doesn't do too well when he's put under pressure. he feels like, he feels like he has to be the dad. But he used to get really good grades. Like, he was mostly A, B student. But like now, like he's passing. Like he gets C's mostly at this point. Yes. And Steven, he gets all A's. He's always been really smart. And Nadia, she's 5, so it's like
Well,
she gets
I'm
good
sure
grades.
she's an excellent driver.
Yeah.
Sure. So it sounds like maybe you're concerned about Trey's grades, and maybe with the after-school programs that we could try to see to get them into that will, excuse me, allow some time for him, some extra time that he normally don't have to, complete his homework, and to maybe even get some extra help. I know that there are a few programs that my agency works pretty closely with. There's a Boys and Girls Club, and even depending on what school they go to, there's even some after-school programs there that we can, set them up with. So when you leave, I'll walk out with you to Sharon, and I will make sure that you get the necessary forms, to apply for those, and I'll see what I can do. The last thing I want to talk about before we go is just your education, or do you have a degree? Do you have maybe a career that you could go into, or that you could develop or expand on to maybe get another job, and that would, increase your income?
Well, I have a high school diploma, and I started college, but I got pregnant, and college was I didn't have time for college and to work because my parents weren't very happy with my pregnancy. So they weren't there really to help out. So, yeah, that's really all I have. And I can't, especially now, I can't afford to go back to school. I'm not trying to take out a whole lot of loans so that'll just be another added bill that I have to pay back.
Okay, so is school something that you'd be interested in if, maybe it didn't cost so much?
Definitely.
Okay. What field of, would you think that you would maybe want to go into?
Accounting. That's what I started off doing.
Oh, that's really cool. So what I'm thinking is maybe we can also look into some online programs where you can do, some part-time schooling, and maybe some government funds. You can apply for FAFSA through the government and everything, and so that you'll be able to, get a degree and maybe start a career that would enable you to, pay your bills more comfortably. And so we'll also look into, getting you some help for right now. And that's, the main thing I know is you need help right now. So I really do want to help you out with that. But also looking forward, maybe we can check into some classes or some online stuff. So for next week, maybe you can do that. I know if you don't have a computer at home, I know the library you can go and you can get on one for free. So maybe you could look up some programs you might be interested in joining, and we come back, you and I can talk about ways that you can maybe get into that, and we'll also go over the applications together that you have, filled out to the best of your abilities for after-school programs and, assistance with your bills and everything. Do you have any questions?
No, I think that's everything. Thank you so much for your help.
Okay, well, it was great seeing you today. I really look forward to seeing you next week.
All right.